Hello Libra, lovely, lovely Libras. Welcome back, it's good to see you, always. Some of you are going to be having birthdays, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, during late September and early October, which is the scope of these readings. This is the ASMR crystal scrying. How's your month been, Libra? How have you been? Oh, okay. Well, this month I'm going to be using this rose quartz. It's very smooth and very lovely, and it's had a lot of nice things to say to people. Excuse me. I found the Virgo reading to be a little bit darker than I would have liked, or a little more depressing, but it's better to be honest. So Libra, usually I use a scrying oil, but this month I'm going to be using this Mandrake Ointment. And you really don't need that much, just a bit. And oh, the ephemera. So there's not too much going on for you this month. I do have my daily planetary guide out. This month I felt called to look into the astrology a little more deeply, and for certain signs that has been important, and then for other signs not so much. So I think the main thing here is that right after this new moon that we have in Virgo on the 17th, the next day, on the 18th, the moon will be in your sign, and it will be in your sign until the next day, and then it's going to be in Scorpio, I think, for a while. No, just a couple days, really. Moving fast. But then, of course, the sun is going to be in Libra shortly after that. So there's not going to be any overlap there. Mercury is going to be in Libra, so you'll have the moon conjunct with Mercury in your sign, and that'll be on the 18th. And I think that's the most important thing. So for you in particular, that would be a good day for divination. And it looks like so Mercury enters Libra on the 5th of September. And I think, like, for a lot of the month, Mercury is going to be in your sign. And that's good for communication and divination. And Mercury in Libra would also have to do with like court cases and stuff. So anything like that. What do I need to tell Libra other than happy birthday to some of you for the month of September and early October of 2020? I'm feeling like a chill coming into the air, seeing all the leaves fall down, but that's to be expected, right? That's pretty much par for the course. What's not to be expected, though, is that there's like a lot of pent-up energy this fall. Usually fall kind of like leading into winter. People's activity tapers off. And I feel like this year, because of how everybody's been encouraged to stay inside and out of public places, that this fall things are not going to be settling into any kind of quieter state. I think things are going to be actually ramping up, possibly where protest is concerned. We are allegedly having an election in November, and I'm not trying to get too political here. It's not, I hate politics, actually, and it's not. Sorry, just checking my audio recorder, make sure that it's on. I don't like either side. I think they're all corrupt. I think they're all evil. I think anybody who wants to be a politician, even if they get into it for the right reasons, ends up being corrupted by the system, and therefore not trustworthy for the American public. And I try not to make my readings super political, but in this particular case, Libra, and because Mercury is going to be in your sign for a lot of your, what for some of you is going to be your birthday. Let me see how many of you. Mercury, Mercury enters Libra. I just said it too. I'm a dummy. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Anyway, Mercury in Scorpio. So this is important, I promise. Okay, all right. So for those of you who are born between the 22nd and the 26th, Mercury is going to be in Libra for your birthday. That's only a few of you, but Mercury's going to be in Libra throughout a lot of September. And then, you know, of course, in October, it's going to be going into Scorpio. which concerns us less here. But that is definitely about legal proceedings, justice, and justice being spoken about, justice being carried out. That's the kind of energy that Mercury is bringing, is communication. Could also be a good time to communicate with your spouse or a business partner. Excuse me. But that's kind of the energy that I'm getting for your reading this month, is very much about how a lot of these things that have been injustices in the world for a long time are now coming up to the surface, and people are talking about them. But we're also finding that as much as you can talk about these issues and talk about them, affecting real change is much more difficult. Pardon me for a moment. I know some people like lip gloss application in videos. And this rose quartz that I've been using in these videos. Oh, did you want some too? Sorry. I felt so guilty about putting it on during your video. Here. Yeah, it's okay. I've just used it a few times. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're friends anyway, right? We have all the same germs. Pandemic be darned, we already had all the same germs. Because we're best friends. Bestie. Best friend doing your makeup. Alright, enough about that. But I thought I'd make it a little more lighthearted. It's very important for everyone to be speaking their truth right now. And I think that you, as a Libra, whether you're Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, you have the capacity to be an excellent facilitator for that. And to help people, whether it's you conveying these messages or whether it is somebody conveying them through you, or you giving people a platform in which to convey these messages. I think it's very important right now, with Mercury in Libra all this month, to tap into that part of your energy. What else do I need to tell Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the month of September and then early October? Yeah, about being a facilitator, about something about a giveaway. You're going to be hosting some kind of giveaway. And this could be like if you have a YouTube channel, possibly through that, or if you you end up getting like a lot of something, and then you end up distributing it. And this might go back to that energy of Mercury and Libra, where you're kind of like facilitating things for other people. So you could be in charge of distributing a big batch of something to a bunch of people. And I don't really see it as being something that you're doing for financial gain. It looks like something that you're doing because you believe in it. It's like a cause that you're involved with. And I know not every Libra out there is involved with public works right now, but I'm really like getting a lot of strong messages for those of you who are. So I don't know if that's just specific because of all of the paradigms that are being shifted right now. And I've been talking in a few of these videos about how the baby boomers had this really idealized notion of what the age of Aquarius was going to look like. And actually, it's not all peace and love and men coming together in brotherhood. It's actually a lot of combat, a lot of fighting, a lot of these ideals that need to be hashed out. That things have just been a certain way for a long time, and they've been hidden too. And so these things are coming to light, which is great, but a lot of them need to be fixed, and it's difficult to do that. And so I'm really strongly getting for you this month a lot of energy related to these things, that you're going to be directly involved in that. Oh, I hope my tea is cool enough to drink. I feel like something in my throat too, so it's possible that a lot of you are gonna not feel like you're able to speak your truth. Whatever that is. It's kind of a cliche phrase, but it's also very valid in the sense that, I mean, if you have things that you need to say to people, and you're not able to say them, then that change is gonna take a while longer to come. It's very hot too. I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of it. I make tea with cocoa powder, and then I have like some pu'er tea. It's all together in there, and all the flavors are very just like earthy and lovely flavors for fall. But it's not cold here, so I wish it would cool down sooner. My tea, that is. I don't care if it cools down outside. The weather's usually pretty nice here, so no complaints as far as that's concerned. Is there anything else that I need to tell Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising about the month of September and early October? Yeah, turmoil. Yeah, there's gonna be fighting. A lot of people are finding out what's really going on with their family members. I guess this is the right video to talk about it. That's what I'm kind of hearing right now. There's all these bubbles in the media. So you've got like your conservative camp over here, and you've got like the major news outlets, which are touted as being very leftist, but actually they're more centrist. There's definitely way more leftist media out there. And none of these things are oversecting. There's no longer a Venn diagram going on. There's no longer like dialogue between any sides. People are so polarized right now. And I did watch actually a conservative pundit speaking about how even his viewership, and I had never heard of this guy before, exceeds the views on a lot of the main news media networks, channels. So keep that in mind. People are not consuming the news from primary sources. Like Raw Story is not a primary news source. Fox News is not a primary news source. It's important to trace the facts back, which you can do, to an unbiased news source. Because these people who are presenting, whether it's on the left or on the right, they're presenting these stories, and I think you, Libra, probably recognize this more than a lot of other people would. But they're going to take that news story, they're going to cherry pick the parts of it that fit their agenda, and they're going to cherry pick the news stories that fit their agenda. Right? And they're going to ignore the rest, or they'll say that the motive was one thing, but that doesn't mean that that's the case. They're going to, twist these things to fit their own agendas. And so I think with Mercury in your sign this month, it's a great time for you to be able to step forward and say, hey, wait a minute. That's not actually the whole truth, or that's a very biased take on what happened, and actually here's the concrete facts of what happened, and outside of that is speculation and opinion. And your opinion, by the way, doesn't matter what side you're on. Your opinion about it is not going to be as valid as the path toward a unified nation. It's going to be very difficult to pull this country back together because it's very big and it's a melting pot, and it should be, and that's how this country should have continued to evolve. But melting pots are hot and they boil over, and that's the kind of time that we're in right now. And again, like I said, my throat it's not like sore, but it's like I feel like somebody's squeezing my voice box. It's what it feels like. So, for you, Libra, even though it's tough, it's going to be so important for you to continue to speak the truth and not allow people to talk over you, and just continue to be rational. The less emotional you are about your point of view, and it shouldn't even be your point of view, it should just be like, look, that's not really in the best interest of the whole. The more rational you're able to be and the less emotional, the more effective you'll be able to be with your communication. And okay, so it feels like I'm getting choked up, is what it feels like, and I understand feeling emotional about these things because it's really tough, I mean, a lot of people are in grave danger right now. And it's difficult to make everyone understand why it's important for none of us to be in grave danger. Because if any of us are in danger, we're all in danger. But I don't need to tell you that. And I don't need to say it in a sensational way like that. I apologize. That might have come across not the best, but that's the best I can convey right now. Is there anything else that I need to tell Libra about the month of September and October for 2020? Drink lots of fluids. Stay on your good health regimes, your good health regimens. Just take care of yourself. And speak with a quiet but steady voice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys coming back month after month. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please comment down below and say hey. I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe if you feel like it. Tell your friends if you think that they need to hear it. Really appreciate the continued support on this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you again very, very